I often find myself deep in conversation with myself. The habit might seem peculiar to some, but for me, it's a cherished activity that has taught me more about organizing my thoughts than any external tool ever could. I once believed that talking to oneself was merely a sign of eccentricity. However, through countless dialogues with my inner voice, I have stumbled upon a profound truth. Engaging in self-dialogue is a powerful method to declutter the mind and streamline one's thought process. The insight, talking to yourself, it turns out, isn't just an idle habit, it's a cognitive strategy. This internal dialogue works as a mental decluttering session, helping reorganize thoughts and enhance clarity. It's as if the act of putting thoughts into words, whether spoken or written, sparks a reconfiguration in the brain, a transformation that takes scattered ideas and aligns them into a coherent, structured narrative. When I began my podcast with Make It Right, I was tasked with the challenge of synthesizing several short posts into a single, cohesive episode. This task was daunting at first, but it taught me a valuable lesson. The more I engaged with my thoughts, both verbally and through writing, the clearer the connections between disparate ideas became. This forced alignment wasn't just about making content. It became a practice in thought organization. In our fast-paced, information-saturated world, our minds are constantly bombarded with information, leaving us with a jumble of thoughts, ideas, and half-formed conclusions. This mental clutter can lead to confusion, inefficiency, and stress. By actively engaging with ourselves, whether it's through speaking, journaling, or reflective reading, we create a mental space to untangle these complexities. The process of converting thoughts into text, for instance, is remarkable. Writing forces us to slow down and articulate our thoughts clearly. In doing so, we shape these ideas into something tangible, which can be further refined and understood. As I discovered with my podcast, writing and editing content for an audience required me to refine my own thoughts into a polished and coherent structure. This exercise in thought organization isn't limited to just audio or written forms. It extends to the very way we perceive and construct our personal narratives. Moreover, self-dialogue mimics many of the functions of social conversations. When you talk to yourself, you're both the speaker and the listener, creating an internal dialogue that challenges your opinions and solidifies your beliefs. It's a rehearsal where you get to be the director of your own mental play. As I continued to update Make It Right, I realized the importance of allowing my thoughts to evolve and adapt, rather than clinging to outdated ideas simply because they felt iconic at one time. Practical takeaway. The good news is you don't need a podcast or a unique project to harness this power. Here are some steps you can take today. 1. Start a journaling habit. Dedicate a few minutes daily to write down your thoughts. Don't worry about the coherence initially. The act of writing itself will promote clarity over time. 2. Engage in self-dialogue. Don't shy away from talking to yourself. Use it as a tool to rehearse ideas, make decisions, or simply explore your thoughts. 3. Read aloud. Whether it's your own writing or a piece of literature, reading aloud engages your brain differently, facilitating comprehension and retention. 4. Reflect. After any form of self-dialogue, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned about yourself and your thought processes. By actively engaging in these practices, you'll find that your thoughts become less scattered and more structured, much like how my podcast episodes transformed from a collection of disjointed ideas to a cohesive narrative. In the end, talking to yourself isn't a quirk, it's a gateway to clarity.